Howdy folks. Yesterday we went kayaking on the Oklahoma River on the trusty old banana hammock. Since it's an inflatable craft, that means today it needs to be cleaned. Figure while it's out, I'll show you all the mods I've done to it and give you a little review. Let's get her unpacked. In Oklahoma they still have those. Alright, vessel's out, so I'll show you what it looks like before any mods or anything. If you were to pick one up, one of these Intex K2 Explorers, this is what you would get. So the craft itself is made up of these two pontoons, and then the floor, and those are the big air chambers that you fill up. When you fill it up, you can do it however way you want, but its instructions are to do the floor first, then to do this pontoon, then this pontoon. And if you want to, it's also got these little things on the bow and the stern. They give you a little bit of extra padding. You fill those up too if you want. It comes with a cruddy little air pump, but I'd recommend getting a better air pump. This is the one that we have. It's a big duplex pump from, I think, Ozark Trail, and pumps both ways, so on the upstroke and the downstroke it's forcing air. Pumps it up a lot faster than the cruddy little thing you come with. Also comes with the bag, the Intex bag. You have to grab some stuff, and then it also comes with this little underfin if you stay where you're supposed to on the water. And then it comes with two oars. They're collapsible oars, which are nice, and they're pretty good. Two paddles. Also comes with two seats. I took those seats out, and I'll show you why later. But so this is the craft itself. As you can guess, it's pretty light. And this one, the K2, is actually a two-seater craft. So you got a little station there for one seater, another station there for the second person. But personally, I use this as a one-seater craft. It's like a long kayak. It's the way that I use it. Here's a couple instructionals about it. It says its maximum capacity is 400 pounds. That's a lot, but as you can imagine, this place is quite a bit of water. Just by itself is already a pretty great craft. If you want to do tandem kayaking or just by yourself, just putting in one seat, and the oars are plenty big enough for you to do that. So let me put my mods on it, and I'll show you what we got. Oh, also about getting these, they cost about 80-90 bucks brand new, but luckily enough there was a family down the street, an outdoorsy family, that was getting rid of this because it had a hole in it, and so I bought it off them for cheap. You know, I like cheap. Only issue is it had a hole inside, and it came with a patch kit, some clear patches, some color match patches. Well, I didn't do any of that. Instead, I just threw a little stick of duct tape on there and called it good. Haven't had any issues since. Alright, we got all the mods in. Let me show you its features. So first things first, get rid of the seats, and instead I just have this little stadium seat here, which is just like the kind of seat that you would find on a kayak normally. Got good back support, because those seats, they just did not provide any back support whatsoever. And this has a little armrest so I can relax, I can lean back if I want to. Behind it I've got this milk crate and put some little foam things on the side so it doesn't damage any of the pontoons. And this holds my provisions: fishing, net. This is a rinky-dink pump it comes with. Take it out there in case I need to do a field repair. Has the patch kit if I need to patch anything. Looks like I still got my water bottle in there from yesterday, and if I need anything else, I'll toss it in there too. You see there's a little bit of extra space there as well. And then underneath all this, just to keep everything safe and secure, try to move this one. Got a little foam boogie board, kind of wedges underneath these pontoons here and keeps the seat in place. And the seat has little latches on the bottom. I can latch onto that. And to keep everything secure, took one of the webbing straps off of the seats I didn't use and just hooked it right here onto the hard points. And it works pretty well at keeping this whole thing secure, so I can paddle, do any of that stuff that I need to. Here's one of the oars, complete. You can see it's a big full-size oar. It's actually real high quality. It's really nice. Usually I have some kind of towel or blanket to keep the sun off of me or use for whatever I need to. This time I'm just using a little shamag. It's got to dry out because it got real wet yesterday. And you know, I'm all about that cam girl life, so I have my tripod in here, trusty tripod. And then this is just a white cutting board. I put some padding on there just to, one, keep it level, and then also keep the pontoons safe. These things are pretty damn tough. Like I've hit trees with it, I've hooked it before fishing, and haven't punctured it yet. So they're pretty dang tough, but you know, just want to make sure. And also, on that same note, in each of these things on the bow of the stern, keep some extra foam. Goes in there, just has some extra padding in case I hit a tree or anything. And yeah, that's it. Using this, able to comfortably go along the river for a long amount of time. It was a little harder with those little rinky-dink seats, but with this seat and the ability to hold provisions like food, water, any of that stuff, it's real nice. So a little bit about the boat itself. It's since it's not hard, it's inflatable, it's full of air, it's extremely light. It displaces quite a bit of water. So because of that, because of its buoyancy and its lightness, it's kind of in between like a kayak and one of those stand-up paddle boards. And so it just kind of floats on the water, just skims along the top. But that part's real nice because you get to go real fast since you don't have a lot of drag. You're just skimming along the water, and you got to make sure to get that tail fin in there, or else you'll drift a lot. But with that in there, I mean, it's just like any kayak. You can turn real fast on it. It's real nice. I mean, these pontoons, it's inflatable, yeah, but like I said, they're pretty dang tough. I mean, yesterday I hooked it pretty bad on the stern and didn't even puncture it. But if I did, got my provisions there so I can easily do a field repair. And I mean, even just a little slap of duct tape would obviously be okay for it. And yeah, it's neat being on the river and turning heads because everyone's like, what are you doing in an inflatable? But hey guys, they're pretty nice. So also, I don't have to lug a big kayak around, and we don't have a big house, so don't have a lot of space for stuff like that. And so it's real nice just be able to fold it up into the size of a backpack, and it just goes pretty well in the back of the taco. So yeah, just want to tell a little bit about this yak, and if you guys have any questions about using one of these inflatables, feel free to send me a message. I'll answer whatever I can. And I mean, it's worked out pretty well for me, so I would definitely recommend. Getting a kayak can usually be pretty expensive. This is pretty cheap, and you don't have to have a lot of space for it. Just pump it up, clean it. Once you're done, since it's an inflatable, when you fold it up, it doesn't dry properly, and you don't want that. So you gotta clean it afterwards. But I mean, guys, you gotta keep your banana hammocks clean, you know. Yeah. If you found this review helpful, go ahead and give us a thumbs up or even subscribe. Really helps out the channel. And thanks for coming along on the adventure. Happy trails.